It's like entering a brotherhood that you don't know about until actually you purchase the vehicle. I'll be driving down the street. I usually drive it on the weekends. I get thumbs out the window. I get people doing this, telling me, I guess that means do a pass real quick. Um, I've had people ask me, what kind of car is it? Why are you driving on that side? Um, just, I guess, all the basic questions anyone that would have gotten a Japanese imported car would receive. I've walked out of establishments just saying, see people walking around my car taking pictures. My name is Warren McCain. I'm 35 and I am a retired Marine Corps veteran. I moved down here from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and moved to Marietta, Georgia. While I was overseas, usually we would get care packages from the churches and from the schools here back stateside. And one of those care packages that I was sent, they put like 2 or 3 issues of import tuna. And when I opened it up, on the front page of it, they were talking about some of the greatest engines of all time. One of the greatest engines that everyone was talking about, for example, was the SR20 and the RB and the RB motors. And I was really interested in trying to figure out which cars, makes and models had these engines. Unfortunately, by them being Japanese cars, they had yet to import any, or I had not heard of it at the time. So finally, when I found out I came back stateside and we started getting into online Gran Turismo. And I noticed that the majority of cars that people were driving were the Skylines. And they were winning almost every online competition that we were having amongst the Marines at the barracks. And so this really intrigued me about this car. Little modifications. They were doing small modifications on these cars. And they were beating 400, 500 horsepower cars. And it just seemed like it was effortless. So I was like, you know what? One day, when I finally get my money together, get myself together, and get the house first, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go ahead and own, I'd made up my mind, I was going to own a Skyline. So, you know, you get the rumors that, you know, they're illegal here. And once, I guess, the age of the car reaches 25 years old, you can actually purchase one. That led me to looking for importers on the East Coast. And I have a good friend that works with Nissan. He's been with Nissan for like going on 9 years. And I asked him, because I know that he's into drifting, and he actually owns a 240. And I asked him, I was like, well, have you heard of this company called Montu Motors? And I found the name. I'm guessing a gentleman, a police officer, had actually purchased a car from them. And Yahoo was actually advertising that he had actually purchased one of the first ones in America. So when I found your name, I immediately started looking, you know, basic, you know, had anyone else purchased from them, reviews, pros and cons, if anyone had any. And the great thing about the website is they actually interview the gentlemen or the ladies that also purchased from them. So I really like that, as far as like it gives you some insight into, okay, the type of business background that they may have. And I was So I got in contact with Sam, and it was extremely easy. It was so easy that by me being in the background of being in the military, the hurry up and wait type attitude, it went so easy, it almost scared me, because I was like, okay. He was like, well, he gave me some information on it. All the information is actually up there on the website about the car. Got in contact with my bank, gave them all the information they needed, and it was very linear, ABC. And so what I decided to do was get a ticket. I got a ticket to Tampa, out of Atlanta, and he met me there in the car, and he pressed it on the highway. He showed me that by it being a 1991, it's no slouch. It will get up and go, definitely. Very healthy car. I'm really impressed with it, especially because of the age of it. You could tell that whoever had the car before that, and even when they got the car, respected it and treated it, almost like, I would say, a family member. They really cared about the car. And so ever since I've gotten the car, I pulled my BMW out the garage this one. And I took it to the shop just to see what I was, working with. And they was telling me that they didn't work on R32s. They only work on the newer R35s. So once I found a shop here, I took it to them. They put it on the lift, and they was really impressed with the body of the car and the shape of it, because I'm guessing that some of the pitfalls that when I went looking for R32, and it says what to look for when you purchase a car from Japan. I guess one of the number one things is rust, and this car has none of that. None of it. I mean, and all of the places that it tells you to look on the website, it has none of that. It's immaculate. So everyone's like, taking pictures of it, really impressed, and they're like, you really lucked out on this car. So everyone's been looking at Montu Motors. They are, most definitely, they are serious about the business of actually importing their cars. Most definitely. I've had the car since end of May, early June, and I've been enjoying it ever since. So a little bit over a month. Very reliable. I'm actually trying to figure out what some of the things mean. Like, I think it's pronounced HICAS, the HICAS, and trying to find out what that means. The turbo timer, a couple of different noises that I'm not accustomed to, moving up from a single disc clutch to a twin disc. I'm guessing it's probably a twin disc, and so it's a little bit of noise, but that's normal. That's the main reason why I actually took it to the shop, just to make sure, because I know they were saying that it could either be the throwout bearing or it could be a twin disc, and once they figured out that that's what it probably is, they was like, dude, that's normal. Excuse my language, but being a smart ass at the time, one guy was like, I know he meant it as a joke, but I was serious about making sure that the sound I was hearing wasn't something that I need to prepare for in the future. And I said, well, I'm hearing this noise every time I push the clutch in. And he says, well, what does it sound like? So I pushed it in for him. And he says, okay, does it happen when you're driving the car? I said, no. He says, well, I can tell you how to get rid of it. And I was like, well, how? Now I'm really attentive now. And he says, just put a single disc clutch in it. And I'm like, smart ass, I'm not, I need to make sure that the sound I'm hearing is normal. But, he told me he was joking. At that point in time. All I see is it's my baby. So I just want to take care of it for the life of it, for as long as I have it. So be honest with you, because of my injuries that I have, which are to my legs, I was really impressed with the ability to be able, the drivability of the car. I don't think I would track it though. To me, I may press it maybe once or twice on the highway. It hasn't even been as far as, let's say, Peachtree, Atlanta, but that's pretty much it. I'll just ride it around on the weekends. I know that they have a couple of things up here with cars, like caffeine and octane or something like that, and also some other. They usually have them like the first of the month or something like that. But other than that, no. Just to show off the car, it'd pretty much be as far as it go. But I was looking to see if the turbos were the ceramic type. I wanted to upgrade those if they are. If you look under the hood, you can pretty much see that they actually did some HKS works. They got some name brands under there, so I'm guessing whoever had it may have already addressed that issue. And I'll probably bump the boost up. I'm not sure what it comes from the factory, so probably about 3 pounds more over that, maybe 10 pounds of boost. Yes. I guess because in America you lead by your left eye. So I found myself drifting over to the left, and I'm thinking that I'm actually straddling the lines in the middle of the road, when I'm not. I'm actually on the correct side that I need to be on, but when I look in the middle of the hood, it looks like I'm straddling the line, and I'm like I'm getting over, but it looked like I'm running out of road on this side. So yeah, it take a little bit of getting used to. Actually, that gentleman across the street has had some experience with driving right-hand drive cars, and he was the one that told me, he said, all you got to do is put those lines that you think you're straddling over, just put them in the middle of your hood. And he said, in majority of the time, you're right. So that's what I've been doing, and so far so good. The shift pattern's exact same, so it's just doing it with your left hand. I guess I've entered the underground of, since it's a Skyline, everybody wants to race you. I don't know what that is, if that's like a bragging rights, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Everybody wants those bragging rights, especially when they know what it is. I was followed from Florida. When I drove the car from Florida that day, I stopped to get gas. Had someone follow me in. I wasn't even sure if that was his exit, but he followed me in, and he was driving really slow behind me. And eventually, when he got up the courage enough to ask me, and I got out, he asked me, he's like, shakes his head, is that a Skyline? Yes, sir. It's nice. Is it fast? Get the questions. Yes, sir, pretty fast. Right? Walks back in, goes to the store, gets something to drink, comes back out. Gives me the thumbs up, drives off. Now, normally, when I'm on the highway and I'm just trying to get home from school, I always get that one pass. Someone's always trying to, they'll pass you, and then you'll see their brake lights and they'll slow down, and they'll wait for my front fender to get to the back of their the back of their tire just about, and they'll shoot off again like they're trying to bait me to drive, and I'm like, no. I think I need to invest in a scanner that, or a radar detector, and then maybe I'll give them a little something. But until then, I'm gonna play it safe. Well, of course, you know, just like you said, E46 M3. That's another classic car, classic body style. the S54 engine. I don't have a lot done to that one either. Of course, right off the bat, naturally aspirated twin turbo. Right there, the pickup is right there all the time. Some people say there's a little bit of lag. I don't feel it. And they said some people can add a little bit of butt horsepower, and you know what that is. You want to feel like there's some extra horsepower there. Never that. This one has it, like, right on tap, right away. As soon as I press the gas, I get the little ding sound. the ding sound that you get, that would probably be the only thing that keeps me well in check. If that wasn't in there, I'm actually working on trying to get that off. Hint, hint. So if somebody get in contact with me, tell me how to disable that. It's a convertible. This is a hardtop. Pretty much a difference in the weight. I said the power to weight ratio. This one, it seemed like they was ahead of their time with this car. That doesn't even have folding mirrors, and it's an 03. I was like, because I pushed the button by accident and the mirrors folded in. So that left me trying to figure out how the hell to get them to fold back out. I was in the process of wiping the car down. I was really folded. Like, oh. So once I found the button, got them to fold back out, I'm like 90, 91. Of course, the twin turbos, they built this car to dominate. I recommend Montu Motors for your import needs from Japan. They will help you. Easy process. You'll be amazed at how easy it is. Wonderful people to get to know.